Well, I am sitting in my car waiting to go in for my second acupuncture treatment. I am not nervous this time because I know what to expect, and the results were pretty good. I feel calmer. That's my general feeling. I didn't have any big ailment, I guess, to speak of, but I was feeling anxious and a little kind of feeling a little depressed. But I feel like I am doing better, and I don't know if this had anything to do with it or if I was just in a funk or something. But I'm going to go in pretty soon. I'm early because I didn't want to be late. So I'll just walk around a little bit, get some steps in, then I'll go in and get poked again with some needles. Well, I'm home from my second acupuncture treatment, and I'll just tell you a few things that happened as I recall them. This time was pretty much different from the first treatment. In the first treatment, I got 9 needles total, and this time there were 15. He put 2 in my arm, each arm up here, 1 in my elbow, 1 on the arm, and then 2 in each hand. And he put them like, yeah, here we go. Here's my wrinkly old hand. He put one like over here. I don't know how to explain it. It was laying down. And then one was kind of closer to my wrist. Couldn't think of what you call this thing right here. It's called my wrist. So I had 4 needles in each arm, or hand and arm. So that made 8 for these limbs. And then he put 3 in each of my legs. So that was 6. And then, and again, 1 on the top of my head. I don't know why he puts it up there, but, you know, it works, I guess. And the ones in my hand, especially my right hand, because I think I have arthritis, carpal tunnel, something, this hand kind of hurts sometimes. Like, I'll wake up some days, and it's not very often, it hurts to even pick up my coffee cup, which is really sad. I love my coffee, and it's not that heavy, but I just hold it with both hands when that happens so that, you know, it's not a problem. But it started hurting when he put that first needle in up here. It was kind of just like right there somewhere, and it was laying down. And it kind of, I could feel my hand the whole time the needles were in. And then my left leg, my lower leg, started feeling chilled. And it was just from the outside. It was almost like cold air was hitting it, but the rest of my body didn't have that feeling. So I think it had to do with the needles. I didn't have the internal whooshing or, you know, chill type feeling like I did in the first session. So that was different. But when right before he was going to take all the needles out, both needles in the sides of my hand here fell out. Like you're laying in a recliner and I had my hands up on the arms of a chair, and both of them just fell out. So I showed him, I said, these 2 fell out, and he goes, that means you're done. Which, you know, I guess, you know, they had done their thing. They wanted to not be in my body anymore. So he asked how I felt, and I said good. And he said my face looked more relaxed. So I don't know what that meant. Maybe I was all tense. I don't know. So I felt good. I had to urinate again. So after I put my shoes and socks back on, I did that, and it's just a very urgent feeling. And I told him about the nasal dripping, and you know, I think that was really about the only thing. And he said that's common, that it can flush out, you know, it gets things moving. So, you know, sounded like it worked fine. And then I left and I got in my car, and I had to brake, kind of, I don't know, I was feeling floaty, kind of. My head was a little foggy. I was okay, but I could tell I wasn't paying attention. So I told myself, you got to start paying attention. You're driving. So I had to brake, and some of my stuff on my passenger seat fell to the floor. And I looked over at my passenger seat, and I looked at myself, because I usually wear my purse over my body, the strap, and the purse is over here, so the strap's up like this. And my purse wasn't there, but I thought, okay, I have a clicker thing where you push the button to start the car. So the clicker is in the car, or the car wouldn't be running. So I thought, okay, I don't know where my purse is, but it must have fallen on the floor. So whenever I was able, I looked, and there it was. It was on the floor of the passenger side. And so I just told myself, you have to pay better attention, pay attention, you're driving. So I did. And then I stopped at Costco again on the way home, like I did last week, just to give myself time to kind of, come down from the whatever, the effects of the acupuncture were. But I made it home fine, and I feel good. I don't notice any big difference or anything, but I do plan on going back another time, and I'll probably wait and include that visit, a report of that visit also in this video. I just got home from my third acupuncture treatment, and I really feel good. I'm very relaxed. I'm tired, which I think is good because I have trouble sleeping sometimes. And I had a different acupuncturist today, and he said there are certain spots on the head, like on both sides, that can help with both tinnitus and insomnia. And the other acupuncturist was putting one needle in the top of my head. So he put two on the sides. I don't know if he put one. I can't really feel it. So I'm not sure how many were in my head, but he also put them in my neck, on both sides, maybe kind of down here, and 3 in each foot. My right hand that I complained about having arthritis, he put 2 in the palm. And the other guy never did that. And then 2 out here on the outside. And then just 1 on this hand. So it was totally different. He was a little more straightforward. And just, briefly asked why I was there, what I wanted to get out of it. And I just told him about the tinnitus and the insomnia, some anxiety. Nothing big, nothing, I don't have big pain all the time or anything. So he just, kind of nodded his head and started sticking needles in willy-nilly to me, but I'm sure he knew what he was doing because they play this music that is very soothing and kind of, woo-woo, but it's wonderful. Several people were asleep, snoring. And I'm jealous, I wish I could fall asleep. I can't. I just can't let myself relax like that in public because it's one big room with, I think, 8 recliners. And then behind some partitions are some tables if people want to lay down instead of recline in the reclining chairs. I wish I could fall asleep like that, but I have trouble falling asleep in my bed. So I don't worry about it. It's just, they were really zonked out. The rates are really reasonable. That's why I've gone 3 times. As a senior, the rate at the one I go to is $35. And I think it's totally worth it. It's just my 3rd session, but I have noticed that I think I'm sleeping a little better, and the tinnitus is a little less bad. It comes and goes, but it's not horrible like it was when I first noticed getting it. And I don't know if the acupuncture is helping or if it's just how it is that it, comes and goes. But I feel really good today after my session. So I'd advise doing it if you want to. There was a woman there I was waiting to get the needles put in, and she was telling him, you know, he said, "What's wrong today?" or "How do you feel today?" And she said she had neck pain, and he, you know, they pulled down the blouse to reveal her shoulder, and he put all kinds of needles there around her neck area, and I didn't see where else, but, you know, I guess it can be really, there are tons of points around our body where they can put these needles, and they, I guess, do different things. I don't know for sure. I don't know much about it. But I would say if you've never tried it and you're in pain, or you just, you know, are curious, go ahead and give it a whirl. It doesn't hurt, basically. The time before, on my second session, when the other acupuncturist put needles in this hand where I have the arthritis, which it doesn't feel bad at all right now, he just did it like on the outside of my hand, and I could feel the needle the whole time. It was just, it didn't hurt. I could just feel it. It was like, okay, there's a needle right there. But this time, even in the palm of my hand, I didn't feel them. I had to hold my hand kind of like this and not put it down, because I had 2 needles in the palm of my hand. So I had to kind of keep it up like this. He said just rest it on the arm of the chair, which I did. And it is so soothing. I can't believe it. It's like I close my eyes, and I think I'm going to open my eyes and look and see what time it is, because there's a clock on the wall. It's like I'm hypnotized or something, and I can't open my eyes. I'm not, but it's just I don't know, whatever the treatment does. So it's really interesting to me, if nothing else. And I do feel better. So let me know if you've ever had acupuncture, and if you still have it, if you've had it once, if you go all the time. You know, I'd be really curious, because I'm finding it very soothing just being there. And then afterwards, I feel really good, which is huge. You know, if you're not feeling great, or you're just kind of tired, and it's a different kind of tired, like if you're just kind of tired all the time. But today, after this, I was relaxed tired. So there's a difference, and it really felt good. Hope I sleep well tonight. So let me know in the comments about your acupuncture experience, if you've ever had it, if you're ever curious about it, whatever. Love to hear about it. And thanks so much for dropping by and watching this video. And I'll see you next time.